All right. Yeah. Okay. So for anyone who's going to watch this later, probably, let's talk about what you just said, Josh, about the meditation music.
Right. So we've got some new meditation music in the game, which happens when you sit down, and after the current song is finished playing, it'll play the meditation music for your specific character's faction.
And aren't there like three? I think there's like 3 chats too, right? Or 3 tracks per faction or something.
Yeah,
like that,
I think so.
Okay.
So they'll just play directly one after the other.
Okay. So it's always it never shuffles them or anything like that?
No, it's just sequential.
Okay.
And also in the character customization menu, the music in that is now the music of your currently selected character.
Okay.
Because we have some character selection music.
Based on their faction, right?
Yeah, based on their faction.
Okay. That build's not up on Steam, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Unless it's no, it's still building.
I'm sure Jenkins is taking its sweet time.
As it does.
I don't see it building, actually. But that doesn't look to be the build we need. What the fuck is that noise?
Sounds like he's trying to select something.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm typing on my phone, which is also my microphone.
Oh yeah, you have that weird audio setup, and Google Hangouts doesn't have push to talk.
So the newest build 6743 CD is the Shaw. It is not on Steam. Oh no, it is 6743 CD. Yeah, just gotta set it live. Aha. But it probably doesn't have your changes. Let us see. Come on, load. 6743 CD. Bubble grow in and out instead of just in.
That's
yeah. Okay.
That is a commit message, I guess.
Yeah, that shit is. Yeah, you're great at your commit messages. It's on Steam, so I'm gonna try and grab it real quick.
If it pushed.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it did push.
Oh. Although I think that used the old meditation, so you'll just have to wait quite a while.
Oh, okay.
But you'll be able to see the selection.
You're changing it now.
At least.
Gotcha. Okay, so real quick then, let's talk more Blade Symphony stuff, because you've been busy and I've been busy recently with it. So I guess first off, we talked about meditation menu or meditation music and then customization, character customization, screen stuff, which is neat, like having music there. There was some talk, like I would like to see if Tom in the future can build us some more tracks, because I would like to see something, or not tracks, but like a little stinger or something that might play during the intro screen. Because like I was saying, like the rule should be like rewards are never only client side. They should always be something that, like how fun would it be to unlock something that only you can hear? Not very fun, but it'd be neat to have like little stingers of music play when your character is introduced. So on that conversation though, what have you been up to this week, Josh? Because there's been a lot.
Well, this is about to press my push to talk key there.
Yeah. Same habit here too.
It might be a good idea to get my get the VSTS work items open. Right, so what I've done is the tutorial prompt. I fixed it.
That was actually like a request in I think Discord. Somebody, in the Blade Symphony Discord, someone was like, "You guys should have this, like you do for Dystopia," and I was like, "Fuck it, throw it up on VSTS," and yeah.
I fixed a bug where in the customization menu, if you spam click, sometimes you can't click on tabs.
That wasn't one that happened in live though. That's just
that is.
But that's good that we got it fixed, because the more supporters that play beta won't have to deal with that shit.
I fixed all the spectator controls, which is a beta-only thing.
Yeah, which is good because I was really worried we wouldn't have spectator controls for a second.
Load screen detailed info, which basically just adds the load messages
Yeah,
to
it's
the
another
top of
big
the screen.
request from the community as well, which is good.
There was something else, if I can remember it.
I'm looking at the list right now. There's...
Oh yes, the lag interpolation. So it turns out, and this happens in live as well, which I found out that we were recalculating the player's origin from cell bits, which is bad. And it's probably why I hear a lot of people complaining about bad lag and stuff in the game. So what we do now is we send an XY float pair and an extra float for the Z component of the player all the time, instead of just using the cell bits to approximate the player origin, which should remove any prediction issues. And they're also set as high priority in that they change often, so it should prioritize them over most other random stuff like fire and stuff or whatever.
So the gist of it, at least from like a player level, is that things should feel more smooth now. Like they shouldn't feel like lag.
Yeah.
Like kind of input lag almost. Maybe not input lag. That's actually...
Like lag against hitting others.
Yeah, I haven't tried that out yet. I do want to try it, but I see that you fixed... It's not a live issue, but the quick shaders and shadowing thing.
Yeah.
That was kind of fixed. I mean, it was that was fixed, yes. But the shading problem that I was talking, or shadowing problem I was talking about, I think a week and a half ago, still exists.
I don't really know what's up with that because I can't replicate it at all on the.
Are you in game real quick? Can you share your screen? See if we can do it right now.
Yeah, one sec. I can't replicate it on when I build the game myself, but it only seems to happen on the builds Jenkins does. It happens on the Steam builds, but it doesn't happen on the. Sorry. Yeah, it happens on the Steam builds,
but not
it doesn't happen on any of the ones I do.
Interesting. Why the flip would that be the case? I mean, granted, we use MS Build. I can give it a shot to try and use DevEnt and just call it, since we still have it installed on the VM.
I don't think it'd be that. I think it's something to do with the shaders.
Okay.
It
Maybe
probably
we need to do a whole clean, like a big
Could it
clean.
be the driver version for whatever graphics card compilation process for the shaders?
I wouldn't thought so because I thought
think
FX was CPU only.
The shaders that are up there right now were built, I think, on the Jenkins box.
Oh, then okay, never mind then.
Could be. I mean, it's normally been something that we've been doing on local, but
I just don't know. I don't remember Source's shader compilation pipeline, so I don't know if it's GPU dependent or not.
Josh,
it's been a while for me.
Oh, you stopped sharing again. Damn it. Yeah, so you know how to repro it on Steam, you said, though. So you've seen it before, and you're just not able to get it on your local builds. We'll have to figure that one out then. Tutorial bugs: added loading info to loading screen when multiplayer. Fixed crash when invalid edicts were sent for closed captioning. Disable dynamic shader compilation. Fix the escape bug. Oh god, that was annoying the shit out of me in beta. And then looks like you modified XP. Like, what was the XP modification there? Because I'm just looking to fucking change that.
I'm not sure.
I probably. Oh, you made a change to the API. Okay, I see. Yeah. You made change the formula on how the. Oh no, this is just output for the levels.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like. Oh, and you also changed the formula, the how we're calculating levels based on XP. Gotcha. Okay, and then also fix the bot names. The bot names were all fucked up. Some IK problems. I checked those out. Those were good. Because I was having super IK issues like before. It was like on Temple when there's those little crevices in between on the arena, like in between like plates. It would like pop down and pop up, and then it would like not just do it ever again.
Yeah, it's because this is actually quite surprising to me. Valve's IK doesn't support going backwards, so it doesn't support playing animations backwards. So I had to look at the old live code, and I found that we made a change that wasn't marked with BB migration.
Interesting. Okay.
So I missed it.
Let's see. Fix up some stuff with free to play and camera. The meditation music's in. Time delay for meditation music, and then the chat bubble is lower for sitting players, which is awesome.
Yeah, that always really bugged me.
Yeah, no, it's low. It's low enough priority, but it kind of, I'm with you. It kind of bugged me in a way as well.
I think we also need to speak to the community about maybe, because I hear a lot of people wanting to change the default settings for the camera.
There are plenty of ways to change the default settings for the player camera, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a whole like menu for that.
Yeah, but some people are saying, hey, the default should be these.
Oh, what the default should be. Yeah, that's kind of... The most I would do is probably bring the camera a little further away from the player, because they're really, really close. But that's sort of an opinionated thing when people come to us and start saying, like, oh, it should be this and stuff. So it's... I mean, I'm sure people just have the option to change them. Like, the best thing to do is we could probably back it away a little bit, just because you can't even see the feet of the player you're playing when you use the default settings. But we'll talk about that, I guess, this week. What do you have planned for next week, by the way? Probably just more stuff on the...
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Let's see what that is. Are you going to have time to be able to look at... well, the shading stuff we'll figure out later, but I guess the biggest thing would be the end of duel screen.
Yeah, we need to do that. But I also need that to be completely finalized.
Okay, yeah, I understand then. I'll try and see if I can do that this week. And for those who haven't seen it... Oh, go ahead.
What are those... you were mentioning something about those badges before in the Discord.
Yeah, that's sort of dependent on a couple of factors, right? Like, so... the idea there was that we would have badges similar to like Overwatch, like the frames around, like when your level, when you go up in level, the kind of outside of it will change, which I think is a fantastic little idea. If you saw in the supporter channel, I talked about, like we were chatting back and forth about it with I was with Tetrabor. It's a good idea because it means that we could probably just get like Meredith or Blue or some 2D artist or someone just to do like basically 100 different little things, 100 different little like they're essentially just circles with different frames that are slightly different every level, and we stick the number in there and throw that on the intro screen. But I'll come up with a concept, and you tell me whether you think it's just going to be fucking worthless or bang for the buck. There's a link for the Overwatch, how they do it in Overwatch, in the supporter channel, I think, somewhere. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see my screen, but this is kind of how it is, I guess, in Overwatch. Like, you start with 0 and it changes every 10 levels, basically. And your level is inside of the frame, but they have tons. They have shit tons of levels, obviously. But we could just do something similar, and it really would not be a ton of art, because it's really just a matter of making like the start and the finish, and then just making a bunch of variations and stripping those variations of the cool stuff, I guess, as you go on. So it's an idea, but it's not a priority right now, just because we need to get through our current list. And that would go on the intro screen. And then so with this with the dual round end, whatever the dual end screen, there's only a few changes I want to make, like splitting up like damage inflicted and health loss so that it has kind of a, you know, like a buffer in between it. I'm not crazy about the glowing text. I don't know what to do about like
I like
medallions. Do you? Okay. It's tough. It's tough to like reconcile something that fits with the style of Blade Symphony's current UI. But at the same time, like I was saying earlier in the support channel, there's nothing in Blade Symphony that has a table. Like, this is effectively a table. And we don't have any kind of tables. Like, there's no precedent set. So we don't know what to do as far as the style is concerned. So I'm going to play around with a couple of different ideas and try and get it to a point where we can, like, I don't know, it'll look better. So, and then if you're still keen on the idea of like your character showing at the bottom, like, is that you said that that's something we can do, is throw the character into the, okay. Yeah, because I think that would be really neat. I think people would like that a lot. And then on that kind of discussion, for those who are mostly going to watch this later, I've been working on putting the rewards into levels. So it's kind of a generic list right now where it's, you know, level 1, getting to level 1 on Judgment, you unlock a character color. Getting to level 17 with any character, you unlock an emblem, like the first emblem of the game. Getting to level, I don't know, 50, you get a sword, but 51, you get another character color, or 48, you get an attachment. So I'm going to just throw in basically some of the stuff that we have into filling in these sort of generic holes, and I'm only using what we have available to us in the game, and kind of trying to make it so that there's not really there's only few gaps, and it only goes to level 80 because I kind of figure if you've played 3,265 duels, you're probably not playing for more rewards, but there's no reason that we can't try and add more if we're able to fill all these gaps.
Cross that bridge when we get to it, kind of thing.
Yeah, and we have plenty of time before someone plays the 3,265, you know, duels to add more shit. But also the goal here is to try and minimize gaps. So like, you know, there's 25 and 28. You don't currently get a reward at all, which is crap. We should, you know, it's a free-to-play game. We should be trying to encourage people to play as much as they can. So there's currently sort of 29 levels below level 80 that don't have a reward. So I'm going to try and plug those with various people's contributions through the workshop. I've been trying to get a hold of various workshop authors to try and talk to them about including their swords as either earnable or purchasable. There's a couple of things that I'm recommending that they use as like have a purchasable sword, because we have some really fantastic swords on the workshop, but then there's like a couple that I'm like, hey, you know, this is actually better for earnable, or even though it looks better, it's better for earnable just because you have like 3 or 4 that look fantastic, and you should try and sell those as well. And then I added more to the list of sort of the existing content, and then decreeing what we're going to do. So good example would be the Riot Cop skin for Judgment. It's going to be free for everyone who owns the game currently, but starting with free to play, it will be something that will be purchasable, while the main Judgment skin is the starter, and let's see, Samurai, the red looking samurai guy, will be earned via going up in level. So that's kind of what I was working on a little bit, sort of combining those 100 levels with what you're talking about. And then other than that, just build stuff, client work, and a lot of weird tasks this week. So my hope is to have as much content in this giant table here and hopefully get to level 100. And then I figure if you're still playing after 5,636 duels, then you should just expect not to get anything else. Like that's the. I mean, free to play games have a limit, right? Like, shit. I think even in CS:GO, which isn't free to play, in TF2, I think you stop receiving shit after a certain level. I know in like World of Warships you do.
I think you keep getting stuff. You just keep getting loot boxes.
Yeah,
they're okay with giving you duplicate items because then you just trade them away.
Yeah, that's something we'll have to figure out is what items we'd want to give. Like, I mean, there's no real sense in having duplicate items in this game. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
none that I can.
It works for them, but I don't think it's going to work for us.
Yeah. Okay. Next week, I do want to get more work done with the builds for Blade Symphony because currently on Steam, if you load the beta, it gives you the option for 32 or 64-bit, and really like us to try and get the Mac and Linux and 64-bit Windows builds up so that people, including ourselves, can test and play around with them. I'm sure the 64-bit Win build works way better. Like it probably performs a little bit better. Maybe, depending on how they've done threading. Garrett, you got anything for Galicide?
Yeah, a little bit actually. So we got the builds working. You did that mostly, but the builds are working. The feature packs are being excluded, so we're minimizing the build size for the engine build. Did a little bit of work on the build graph to do that. It's actually pretty straightforward. I've never modified the build graph scripts before, and it took all of like 30 seconds. So it was nice. Yeah. And then I got it working in 417. So I think the non-tone mapper is gone. So those old lighting issues we had, I think they're back.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I think they removed the non-film tone mapper because I keep trying to turn off the film tone mapper, and it's giving us the weird colors again.
I might see if that's something that Spire can take a look at then.
Yeah, it's just gonna need a pass over, like just take a look at the art, do the color correction, and fix it. Because the filmic tone mapper is what they want to go with from now on. So hopefully it doesn't change anymore.
Yeah.
And if it does, then I guess we're just not updating the engine. Or Spire can fix it again. Who knows?
Well, he's got an eye for quality, so he'll. I think what would really help him would be a way to be able to play like the game in both engines almost side by side. But I know that that's not going to be. That's
a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, more than likely I'll just see if we would see if maybe like I can pre-record a video of a level for him, and then just see if he can like match it side by side on different screens and stuff.
Yeah, it should work. And then let's see what else. So yeah, it updated clearly to 417, which is really nice, and I always like it when that happens. There was no significant issues, although I did not test it very much. I played through like the first 3 levels, and chips unlocked and everything kind of worked. So hopefully it all works. I think the only thing we ever had questionable issues with was that one boss, the little snake dude,
Frank. Yeah,
Frank. Him.
He's pretty.
Yeah, he's a little complicated. He's probably the most complicated thing in the whole game. So we'll have to definitely test him.
Rightfully so, though. It's a pretty fun.
Yeah,
boss.
He's a pretty complicated boss. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him.
Okay, so I think for Galicide though, too, on the build note, is like I've kind of only half gotten the builds working.
Okay.
Just because I know that it builds Linux doesn't really. I haven't really tried it on my machine. I think it's built OS X and sent it to Steam, but it's giving me it's freaking out about something, and I think it's based on how it was packaged.
Okay.
But when I try the build on this machine, the same machine that built it, it does lose its mind over something. I don't remember what it was, so I'll have to check in with that.
Yes, I can help out with that. Just let me know what it is. I don't know what it is.
RHI issue, but it was.
Is it RHI issue?
No. It was something else.
Okay.
Fuck.
Well, whatever. Like, just we can figure it out. Do the classic. Google it until we solve the problem.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's just rely on Stack Overflow.
Stack Overflow and Unreal Answer Hub. You guys are the greatest. Thanks for having all of our problems before we have them.
Oh yeah, so I linked it. It was
oh, did I miss it? I might have missed it. I've been busy this week with client work.
Yeah, 417 crashes on launch. This is somebody else's, but I commented on it. F generic platform misraised exception. This is,
Miscellaneous raised exception.
Yeah.
That's detailed.
Yeah. This says file name not found in this one, but I'll get the call stack, I guess.
Oh, you have a... Okay, cool. And there's nothing. No response. Wonderful. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be my next
week.
week.
Yeah, that's what I did
Cool.
the last week. I've been doing a lot of client work, so.
Nice. That's always, that always helps keep the lights on and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes, fuck, I'm still in the same house. I have not moved. Okay, well, you guys got anything else?
Not really.
I am talking to a bunch of different UE4 developers, trying to find somebody suitable to work on the UI stuff for Galside, getting it moved over to UMG so that we can...
Back.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. So that we can have mouse control in the menus, that would be super great. And then maybe if they're talented enough, having mouse control in the game, kind of like Sign, Spin, and Mora, and some of the other shmup games have it, because that'd be kind of nice. It's been a request, but if it's a lot of work, then we'll have to scope that out and talk about it. But if you guys don't have anything else, I think I'm good. This is just, it needs to be a busy next couple of weeks. We're coming up on the end of the year, and we got a lot to do, and we got to try and finish as much as we can before the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm good.
So, all right. Well, then we will sign the fuck off. Later, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.